swords may be turned into plowshares, and the technologies of defense may also be turned into instruments of healing. The Memorandum of Understanding Secretary Rick Perry and Sandy Weill are about to sign will do precisely just that. By joining the power of the Department of Energy's world-class supercomputing capabilities, the generosity of the Weill Family Foundation, and the stellar clinical expertise of UCSF and UC Berkeley, as you study the brain to develop better treatments and to provide assistance and perhaps even healing to those suffering from neurological disorders such as traumatic brain injury. So it is now my honor, again, to introduce Secretary Rick Perry. Under his leadership, we are advancing the AI research to sustain America's preeminence in science and technology, to provide hope to those suffering from grievous disease and injury, and to create a future of peace, prosperity, and security. Secretary Perry.
Lisa, thank you very much. It is a distinct honor to be here with you today, and I want to say to everyone in the audience, thank you all for being here and participating, and a special thanks to Sandy Weill and his wife Joan and the Family Foundation for what they are participating in today, and for that matter, for what you have done in the past as well. We've all just heard a very strong presentation about the potential that DOE-driven AI has to really impact people's lives, to change lives in a very powerful and positive way. At DOE, we are about to turn this potential into reality, and it's thanks to our world-class supercomputing capabilities, Frontier, that lives right here, Bill, and that world's second fastest computer commitment to make Lawrence Livermore home to El Capitan, one of our 3 next-generation exascale computers. And just think about what we'll be able to do, Lisa, just in healthcare alone. To where we can revolutionize the treatments that I mean, from everything from cancer to traumatic brain injury, Dr. Manley. I mean, the potential here is staggering. I'm not sure any of us really have a grasp of just how broad and how deep this impact can be. And Sandy, again, I want to say thanks again for the generosity you and your family are making. We're about to move here to the center table and sign an agreement that will dramatically advance our knowledge of the brain, have a life-changing impact on patients and families worldwide. And by signing this MOU, we're collaborating at the critical nexus of leading-edge technology, our own national labs, world-class capabilities at UCSF, the research excellence and healthcare expertise that's there. I know Cal Berkeley is going to be involved with this as well, and there's just this vast potential of philanthropy from the private sector as well. Together, we can do more than just move the needle. This is about changing the world. We can provide better diagnosis. We can develop more effective treatments. We can literally change lives like never before. So, Sandy, I'm proud to be a partner with you, proud to stand here with you today, and honored that the Department of Energy will join the Weill Family Foundation in this MOU on artificial intelligence and neurological disorders, and I'm looking forward to the miracles that we're going to achieve together. So as I conclude, I'll observe that University of California, San Francisco has excellence in your DNA. And that's not unlike the excellence that I have found in the DNA at the Department of Energy. So, again, this is a wonderful combination of your business acumen, your spirit, your passion, and your dedication and generosity. So it's a great opportunity for us to come together to say thank you and to look to the future with great hope and with great excitement. And with that, Sandy, if I could ask you to come and say a few words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and I think that none of this would be happening if it wasn't for you and what you really found to really love, which is what the Department of Energy does, and especially what they do in our national labs. I've been a believer in public-private partnerships for about 40 years. I started one with the New York City Department of Education, where we created a career-themed academy, high school, four-year high school for kids to study about the financial industry when the industry was thinking about moving out of New York because they didn't know where the next employee was going to come from. And today we have 650 schools in 36 states plus the District of Columbia. By the way, we do well in the District of Columbia high schools. And we have 5 career-themed academies that started with financial services. Then we created one when I worked at American Express in hospitality and tourism. Then we created a new academy in information technology, which relates to what we're talking about today. We created an academy of engineering in about 7 years ago, and the most recent one is an academy of health sciences. So we are in all the areas where there are jobs for these kids. About 90% of our kids are minority kids in very poor neighborhoods. Most of them are on meal plans, so they are the poorest of the poor. But we got to educate the young people in America to take these great jobs that are being created in America. And if we don't do that, we're going to see more of some of the people we see on television in some of these debates. So it's not political. I'm not saying anything political. But anyway, I think that we are incredibly excited about the opportunity that Jeff has, and I've worked with Jeff for the last 3 years, and what we are doing and what we're seeing. Somebody mentioned that research that with a computer that took 2 weeks to get the information out, we can now do in 2 minutes, which makes it much more valuable. And with these new supercomputers that are going to come on stream in 2022, they will be 15 times faster than what we now have, which are the fastest computers in the world. And we will be doing more research in 1 year than we did in the whole history of the world, multiplied by a big multiple. So that's our future. This is what we should be concentrating on. This is where we should have partnerships and more public-private partnerships. We should think about the companies, both new ones and established ones that would be great partners with what we're doing, as well as the smartest and brightest people. And the people, whether they work in the national labs or whether they work in the state universities here at UCSF and UC Berkeley, have chosen those professions not because they want to be the richest person in the world. They've chosen those professions because they really want to make a difference in the world. And so does my wife, and so do I, and definitely so does the secretary and everybody in this room. So I'm going to see you all, a lot of you all again for dinner tonight. But I think that there's going to be no stopping us, and I'm older than most of the people in this room, so I don't have that much time, so hurry up. 'Cause,
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So that concludes the MOU signing ceremony. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and proceed in a few minutes here, or right now, into the lobby where there'll be a reception. So food and drinks, happy for you to enjoy that. And then we'll start out with the Sierra Supercomputer Tour, which is tour number 1. Then when that's over, then we'll invite those of you that are included in Sierra Supercomputer number 2 tour. So as soon as the secretary leaves, I welcome all of you to join us in the lobby for a small reception. Thank you.